Hey, back for another week of updates and information around Solana gaming. Now, there's heaps to get through. I'm going to try and make this a good speed. This week, Thursday night. Now, I'm saying night time. It's my Thursday night time. We've got Solana coming on for live AMA. Hopefully, DD80 and Brick will both be there. AAA mobile game. Think Clash of Clans. Yeah, with differences. So I've done deep dives on it. I've had these guys listed for a while. I had them sitting as my number 11 in November top 10. The phone games coming out, they're definitely in the top 5. So you've got to, when you're balancing games, it's very hard. Maybe I should think some way along doing a different factor, but there's so many games coming out, it was very hard to work out who to push out for them. Friday night, I've got Project Alone. They couldn't make it last Friday. So we've got Sasarop coming from Project Alone. He's in Sydney based, so the time zone works for him, whereas not so well for the American people. And I am super excited to get him on. He's a pretty exciting person to be able to talk to, chat to. He is very cool on the Alone Discord. Lots of papers, lots of research. I've got to do a lot more research before getting him on. But the following Tuesday, I actually joined Alone on their Discord, and just like special chair during their AMA. So I don't have anything hardcore, but it's cool getting these interactions between the different protocols of different games. You know, great protocol. We're a community project. It's nice to be able to get it interviewed, go and spread our word, and then also get to see what the Discords and stuff are like there. Obviously, I've been at a couple of the AMAs already. They are very open AMA sessions, which are pretty cool. You get a lot of alpha during them too, which is important. The following week, I've got super cool guests like Bitsborne, Cryowar. Very lucky to pair these in together. This is on my Monday, and Cryowar's on my Wednesday night. So obviously there was the announcements of Cryowar partnering up with Bitsborne. Then what is it? Thursday night I've got DeFi Land, and these guys have been superstars for the whole time. So Friday night's a special one as well. The following week I've got Christian from Interstellar Alliance. But the most immediate ones this week: Thursday night Solana. And Friday night we've got, where am I going to now? Friday night we've got Project Alone. So let's have a quick look at Solana, some of the flaws that I've noticed. Aurory this week, 25 Solana. Now I'm going to try to find, if anybody knows, please put comments down below. Is there a website I can actually list individual games on there as well as coins? I'd like to be able to monitor this better and put that across for the public to see in one manageable session. So Aurory at 25 Solana at the moment. That was down to about 18. So there was an opportunity to buy that, and what's that? 33% your money. So they've had a really big week of announcements. I'll go into some of their stuff this week. Nyan Heroes has come down. I'll go into why I think there's reasons on that. Fract for Soul. I did want to look at, who was I? Stylish Studs sitting at 2.3. They're at around 5 to 6 pre-Philly drop. They did drop, and Phillies aren't actually on this one, I don't believe. This is the problem. I've got to scroll through this during video, and there's no way in Solanart to do it. But you see Kaiju sitting around 0.9. They keep talking, chattering. They do a weekly update in their Discord, which is really cool. I like the weekly updates. That they are really cool because it puts it all in point format for you, and you can see the big news. Where are we looking here? I wanted to look and see whether I could find fine Phillies. Metabays, what are they actually sitting at? Is that the floor? Floor price. Metabays, what are they sitting at? Because they were like doing a comic, 0.23. I don't remember what they minted for. But they looks cool. I never minted any because it's more of a comic thing, but you know, it puts on your character and all that kind of stuff. 2.2 for the studs. Soul City 0.19. Where are the Phillies? Where are the Phillies? Neo Nexus. I don't know a lot about Neo Nexus, but see, this is the problem. There's so many other games that are coming out that I haven't had a chance to get out and do the the research on. Let's have a quick look at Amiiboy. So these guys have been funny. I've had another death. I didn't realise you could actually do an action and put old mate to sleep. So when you put old mate to sleep, excuse me, scratch me nose, that's it. So what happens is they've adjusted how much food you eat, how much energy, and I've had my NFT die a couple of times. It's fun. I like it. So to change that, I would open start. I would go home. They added a new little game. They added noise and stuff as well. Now, what's really funny about this is I've hit 6 points, but I suck bad at this. So 1. See, it's nothing complicated. It's nothing hard, but I love the simplicity of it. Keep in mind this is a widget up here. You know, like you download that. They're not going to be able to do immersive things. There's gonna add more and more to this. This is their beta testing. They need to get bugs worked out. They need to have a bit of a play. Get the suggestions. Am I even going to get 2 points? Fuck me. Like, Soul Chicks did one for this as well. Fuck me. That'll do for now. Make it easier for us. But they've got some really cool Solanas. So they've got some really cool things coming. They did have mention about kaiju cards, and I saw the penguin in there somewhere. But they will have more and more things come up. It was only 2 weeks of beta, so they must be close. Maybe they might have slowed it down, but I've had fun with these guys and with this app. It's been a really cool one to actually beta test. Now, another big one. So, Rumble Worlds. Solarian, I had a bit of a read of one of their DAO talks. It was a long thread, 20-odd things. These guys have, you know, more OG than I'll ever be because I didn't buy one. And the NFT thing doesn't really get it to me, but they are building a metaverse. And Rumble Worlds, it's going to have a lot of people. We had Sensei in from DGen Kart Club. They'll be building within the metaverse here for Rumble Worlds, and it made me interested to go a little bit further and do a bit more research on these guys. Obviously, the white paper, I haven't had a chance to read it yet, and I would actually like to deep dive the metaverse a bit more. So I've got contacts there. I'm going to have a bit of a read through, but does it actually have... This is like, I've had it, and I know I want to read it. But the problem is, because I'm super busy doing other things and, you know, prepping up for AMAs, doing research on other things, does it have NFT projects? Here we go. Projects currently onboarded and have game-ready assets being developed. Cool. Bone World, Hellions, Pengos, City of Elysia, Legion Punks, DGen Kart Club, Drippy Penguins, and Solmies. So you'd have to look at that and go, there's not a huge amount of big names within that. But if they get operating product, they get the metaverse done, DGen Kart Club are going to be building a game, but that doesn't start building until Q1 next year. The rest of them look to me like PFP projects, because I don't, it's hard saying that, I don't know any of, you know, I know some of the names, Trippy Penguins, Legion Punks I've heard of, City of Elysia I've heard of, Hellions, Bone World. But as to what they're building, I'll need to read this to get into the information myself. But these metaverses are going to be super, super cool. And definitely worth to keep your eyes open. So Project Seed, they just announced more after more after more. That's super loud, I believe. Hopefully not too loud to burst your eardrums. That Barndog internet. Oh, the shield token. Alright, so I've looked, the actual game clips that we get aren't super in-depth. They had a 10-minute video on their YouTube. I watched that today, which introduced a few of the game developers, and that was awesome. I would love to do more. I would love to actually catch these guys. If anybody knows anyone to hook me up, please get them to hook me up. I'd love to go deeper on them, but they are going to be a big game. They're going to be cross-chain, and seeing them list on KuCoin right there tells you that that's good news. To get them listed anywhere than just Solana and stuff is super cool news. So unlucky I didn't get any tickets in the Solanium IDO Slim. I've only got level 2s. So that was unfortunate. Now, Bitsborne, I've got these guys coming on stage 15th of the month. And these guys have had quite a few partnerships lately that are worth notable. Not big partnerships, but, you know, they did a little thing with Soul Slimes here. They've done a couple of coin drops. There was 2 that I noticed. One was to the top 200 and the other was to the top 10,000 question mark. Excuse me. Red Panda International Counter-Strike. 100,000 spawn tokens. Now, I believe they're around 1 cent, between 1 and 2 cents on Radium. We've got a permissionless pool there, and are they on DexLab as well, I think. But that's not really why I pulled it out there. You've got to really check your coins, because there could be some arbitrage problem with that, because it's a lot lower on Uniswap than it is on Radium. So I don't know why that isn't increased and improved. But here we go. So this was one of them. So OOGI, top 1,000 holders of Spawn will receive an airdrop of 250,000. Top 1,000? Yeah, 250 each. Don't know what it's worth, but they went and did it with Kato as well. And it's the moment of meme coins at the moment. But then you see the link up with some of the, you know, the Solana projects with Soul Slimes. They want to build a game eventually as well. Soul Slimes linked up with Amiibots as well. You know, they've linked up with heaps of Solana, because he's a cool dude. Ultimately, one day I've got to go and have a yarn to him. But do we see that? That was to do with partnership announcements with them. It's going to be big. Now, we saw this week FTX Lightspeed Solana ventures to invest $100 million in Web3 gaming. So look at that beautiful bushy head of hair there. He's a gamer. Everyone's got to keep in mind, he loves his League of Legends. They've sponsored such a huge team in League of Legends. Hopefully they're not getting out there and spamming ads for things like Solana Valley and as monetary. Hopefully it's, you know, more than that. But gaming is going to be absolutely beastie. So there was $21 million leading a $21 million funding round for the gaming studio Faraway. So Lightspeed said it's already invested $300 million in early stage gaming and crypto companies that include Epic Games, massive, 1047 games, Triple Dot Studios, Off-Chain Labs, Alchemy, and Wintermute. Web3 gaming has skyrocketed in popularity with play-to-earn titles such as Axie Infinity and metaverse games like Decentraland and Sandbox. Where are we on Solana? Super fucking early. Now, what I'm noticing this week as well is that just seeing it, there's another game that's playable at the moment. Something Revolution. Let me have a look. I can find it. It's on the back here. So Rushdown Revolt. Sorry, it's got. I'm pretty sure that's the one. Ignition winning, but they've got a playable game. So you're going to start getting games that might actually be interlopable. That you'll be able to put them straight on Solana. With a bit of extra funding, getting extra work, getting the game devs and coding in, because you're actually playing the game on their engine, on their platform. You're only doing like wallet exchanges, wallet signatures, and transactions for like entering the game at the start or collecting the winnings at the end. Like a lot of the games are going to be played on their platforms, and that's super exciting. It means that we could be coming into these games a lot more. Nyan Heroes, they did their fair launch protocol this weekend. Was it fair launch protocol? I want to find out more information. I tried to reach out to one of the contacts I had at Nyan today, didn't get a response, but wanted to get this video out nonetheless. So fair launch protocol is meant to be, you bid an amount of Solana, there's normally a fee, it was 0.1 for this, and then amongst all of the bids, this was between 3 and 6 Solana, you work out an average price. So if there's 1,000 bids at 3 Solana, 1,000 bids at 6 Solana, let's just use that as an example, then the median of that is 4.5 Solana. Yes, middle of the way through it. So what we actually saw with this, they've had super massive VC investment, and they've got 2.5 early stage investment. How much money does it take to make a game? Maybe if we knew that would be good. But they had that. They've mentioned they've got YGG, and there's another big guild company super interested. Yet they still went ahead with a launch of between 3 and 6 Solana. So I've got to read through some of this here. So few members encounter issues with our FLP where funds were withdrawn and they were unable to match the median price of 6 Solana during phase 2. How can the median price be the maximum cap? That's not median. That's the highest point. So some people bid 3 Solana. Now we will be opening a new CM with a flat price of 6 Solana for 1,000 more NFTs out of courtesy to those that were unable to grab their mint during the FLP. Price is obviously going to be 6 Solana out of respect to the FLP participants and early supporters and floor sweepers. This will most likely be your final opportunity to grab a 9 before they are sold directly to our guild partners. Details of the new CM to be announced shortly. It's a custom mint, is it? So people are wondering who our guild partners are. We have mentioned partnerships with YGG, Merit Circle. We are also in discussions with around 7 other guilds. Combined, they have a player base of around 30,000 scholars who need our in-game NFTs. Now, I'm not happy with this. I've done a deep dive. That's on my video. I wasn't happy seeing it back then. So you can go onto my YouTube and see that. I like the looks of this game. I like the team. I like that it's mostly doxed. But the fair launch protocol was between 3 and 6 Solana. How the fuck did it get to 6 Solana? These are figures I've seen, supposedly coming from the Discord. Now, when I was saying 700 there and double that at 6, the median isn't 6 Solana. The median's somewhere around here. I haven't worked out the exact math for it. I'm not going to spend my time on it, but the median has to be around 4.8. Like, I don't get that. I'm not happy with that. I'm not comfortable with that. 6 Solana, $1,500 to enter into a game, 11,111 mint. The early access was a 3 mint. People that are buying off that are paying 6. So the early access, there was bots in that, have doubled their money. It's just not good. And then they added in a function where you can buy the Guardians in game at the start. So these are going to be Gen Zeros for the first launch, and the difference between Gen Zeros and Gen 1s I don't 100% know or remember. But I want to question, how is that fair launch? That to me just says we're going to mint at 6 Solana because the most people picked 6 Solana. And if that's the case, it wouldn't have been hard for them to get one of the guilds to say, right, I'll pump 500 in at that. And you can make that dodgy. You can skew that. I'd love to hear more. So if someone knows, has contacts, please, by all means. Now, Aurory. Check this out. They've got a launch pool coming out early. Now, Paper Hands McGee here. I put into the IDO, tested it, played it. Wasn't happy in the first couple of days. Should never have sold out because have a look. Coins, game coins, NFTs, maybe not as much, but game coins at the moment are going to go absolutely burko. So let's have a look at how that affects the price. Did they have, that was that particular article. It's Breakpoint, Solanart, Solflare, mobile wallet Solflare, fuck yes. So that is the big news for Aurory, but have a look at the coin. $21.60, it's hit over $23. There's a potential chance there. Now, keep in mind, not financial advice, but Axie all-time high up around the 150 marker. And look at Star Atlas. We can even tie this straight into Star Atlas, and you can see 18 cents on Atlas, $9.18 on Polus. Ahead, there's a possible release of a minigame footage at Breakpoint. It's the rumor, but they have released another 4 ships. Not released. It's coming out tomorrow night. My night time. The 4 ships coming along are the Rainbow Om. That's a medium transport, but it's super small compared to the build your own ship, the Thimble. So it'll be interesting to see, is that going to be like a specialist freight? It's going to travel faster. It's got dodging mechanisms. So I think it's going to be for a specialized freight, but can it hold anywhere near the same amount of freight? Do you buy a Thimble, the old BYOS, or do you buy a Rainbow Om? I think it's going to depend on a lot of factors. The PSR 8, my team and I, we want one. 2 big giant dildos in space. It was really cool reading was it in the article here? It talks about how you refuel from the front. You can refuel the C9, so maybe they pair up very well, super quick between those. But then they turn around in the ship and use the mechanical arms to help repair. So it's a very utility ship. The Amiiboy, it's coming out of the water. It can stealth. It's a hunter's ship. I think it's one of the biggest small ships. $1,200. I think they'll go well. And then the big girl, the C9, so it's a capital ship, 29 grand, I think that is. Let's click on it and dream. So 28,900. 8 turrets, 1 hangar form. Oh no, that's the crew. Obviously, it's got a massive amount of crew because it is a capital ship. It's $30,000, the better part of. So power supply, generators, weapon hard points. So this will be a big girl. How many of them? 149. That's a weird number. Yeah, I think there's going to be one more ship sale before the end of the year. So a lot of people have said they're still, revenue raising, blah blah blah. Well, have a look at Aurory. They went and did they did an IDO and hit $108 million. So Star Atlas is behind them now on that. I like it. I've stuck with my assets. I personally got a hero amongst a whole heap of first posters. And I'm debating at the moment, do I buy a BYOS? They're sitting about $200 above their initial launch price. Or do I try and get the Rainbow Om? I'm kind of thinking, for me personally, because our team's looking at getting an R8, that I think a utility ship like the Packlight is probably going to be smarter for me. Plus I've got 6 jets and 4 bikes and a jet. And, I've got my compact hero. So you're going to have a fleet of ships. You're going to need somewhere to store those bastards when you're traveling in between worlds. But a little bit of a screen grab at the end for... These are the games I don't have researched yet. I currently got one of the lads at Grape going out there and, trying to pre-look through some of this. I'd love to have more information up here, baseline information, because a lot of these, they need people. They give out bonuses for early adopters, cheaper NFT prices. Some of these are Ignition Hackathon launches. I know Portal did 33 NFTs sold out. Neo Nexus World I've heard more about. Battle Drones looks close to launching. That's got a bit of a cool idea. Waxo Skulls has had a bit. Air Guitar was playing the air guitar. That had a bit of a cool little idea. Fantasia is sports. Fantasy sports. We're going to have a competition at Grape with them. Panzer Dogs is a little tank game where you can rotate around. They've got some playable game demos at the moment. So Vania, I've been on their Discord, had a bit of a chat to a couple of their devs. Anything with an asterisk usually is something that I'm super interested to get in and get a look at. So I'll be doing a bit of research on some of these tonight. Daligo I actually had listed up here is another horse racing game for Solana. So I didn't realize there was another good one ready to go. They've got a little bit of a video. There's all of these things that are coming out, and you've got to combat that problem about, do you rush into it, do you ape in, or do you do a bit of research? If you're not sure, there's going to be another game. There's going to be a shitload of other games. If there's 150 plus games building at the moment, are 10% going to make it? Are 20% going to make it? Devs going to get that much money that they don't need to make the game and challenge themselves? There's all these questions that are out there. We've had, questions of games rug pulling. There's currently probably 2 to 3 projects that are still selling that I'm not happy with. But, I've done the research. I've put the information out there. I try to make it as tangible as possible for you guys to have a look yourself and make your own mind up. So I've missed the boat on so many different NFT projects, PFP ones, from just having my own portfolio, my own rules. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to do poorly. I think I'm in a lot of these Star Atlas, Project Loon. I think I'm in a lot of these big games that are going to potentially be cool. Where is it? Did I have other ones in there? But, some of these top 10 games I've minted or I will be minting, we had a great AMA on the weekend with Zoe from Chainmyth, and that's potentially going to be full gameplay by March next year. So there's definitely chances to get out there and see these games. There's going to be many more games. Don't let the fear of I might miss it. Think more, is the game for me? and do I want to be in it long term? That's how I look at and assess things as well. But of course, there are it's linked to money. You know, like if you had have got an Aurory and sold it for 2,000 Solana, obviously that's a life-changing event. So it's a bit mixed in mix. Yeah, as always, hope I've helped. Thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.